Hello traders, there's so much to announce today. First of all, I have launched my premium Discord where I'm going to be releasing all of my secret alpha, my trades, and I'm also going to be live streaming my own high stakes trading sessions. I've already done one of them on the platform Rollbit, which offers up to 1000x leverage, and I have so much more planned for this premium Discord. So if you want to go check that out, I'm going to leave a link in the description below so you can go look at that. Going forward, that is where I'm going to be posting all of the secret alpha and really good strategies are going to be all found in there. And also live stuff, live streams and live questions and stuff. So check it out. All right, so let's talk about this platform here. I actually spent this entire day, the last 6 hours, looking for a good topic to talk about. And this is one that I've neglected for a few years. I've talked about this website before, AgriTrade, but I don't think I've really given it the credit that it deserves. Because these guys have done such a good job to provide probably the most helpful free tool on the internet when it comes to trading crypto. So let me show you guys a little bit about how this works. So this is aggregated data from 19 exchanges. You can add all different kinds of indicators, basically everything important except open interest and order depth. Also, you can trade altcoins. You could trade that, you could trade APT, you could trade Solana, you could trade a lot of, you could look at data from a lot of things. But I'm going to walk you guys through my setup and why I believe this is such a powerful indicator. So first of all, down here is a delta of volume. So that is buys minus sells, as you can see right here. And in yellow, these kinds of random awkward looking guys right above are liquidations. So these are liquidations of longs, which typically occur at market bottoms, as you can see right here. So let's go look at some of the data, and this is how you'd want to trade if you're trading in the very, very short term, i.e. on Rollbit or something like that. So if we look here, there's a lot going on right here that I really need to talk about. Price trended down a little bit. Again, this is a 5-second chart, but just because it's very, very short term does not mean we shouldn't look at it. And if anything, I've actually found it easier to predict markets in the short term than to predict markets in the medium to long term. So there's that. We had a liquidation of some longs here, but what we also had is a lot of buying. Even though we had a doji candle right here and a little bit of an up move, look at all of the buying. This is a very, very bullish sign. Also, look at all the selling right here, and price went down. This was a very, very bullish sign. It would have been a great time to have entered a position. This would have just happened before I started recording this. You can see just how much volume this was. Almost all of this volume was just selling from very large orders, from 23,115 aggregated to 23,082 aggregated, and price kept going down. So that would have been a good short as well. Then we had a liquidation and went up higher, and some liquidations here as well. So I would say when you are using this indicator, I don't care what instrument or what ticker you're using. The most important thing by far is delta, the delta of volume, that is. So whenever we see very large orders, that gives us a sign that price will likely be moving in that direction. So let me give you guys a little bit of example of something very, very recent. So when we look here, you can see, what has the delta been doing? It's been very, very green, meaning it's been a lot of buying. When you see this kind of delta, there's no reason for you to really do anything different. Yes, there was a liquidation of shorts right here, but it's so tiny. We can actually find out the exact size of it too. It was only $92 worth of liquidations. I'm getting that data right here, guys. This liquidation was 18,000, so this is not even meaningful. But all of this buying just means that you should be looking to buy and absolutely not to sell. So that's one thing. A really good way to track delta of buys and delta of sells is something called CVD, which is the cumulative volume delta that you can see right here as well. You can see it go up and then it crashes down. That's something that gives you a quick indicator of which way the market's trending. Because order depth is important, but what's more important is volume, by far. Now, what we can also do, this might crash my computer, but we can also look at a stream of orders like this, which is a pretty good way to view order flow. So let's say that you were going to make a decision here whether to short-term buy or to short-term sell. Obviously, I would be leaning toward buying because if you can see all of this volume right here, a really good way to trade the trend, to trade trends in general, is the market could collapse right now. We could see some sell volume, of course, but what you want to think of is trend continues unless proven otherwise. You want to have good stop loss risk management, of course, but typically, more often than not, trends do continue. A lot of buying right here. Trends tend to just keep going up or keep going down until proven otherwise. What I mean by proven otherwise is if you see a massive amount of volume in the other direction, that would be a sign that the market might be changing. Like right here, this could be a sign that we could be getting a bit of a sell-off. And this is how you can filter. So this way, if you filter like this only shows the very largest orders, as you can see right here. And you can see all the time that these very large orders were there. Or if I wanted to crash my computer and give everyone a seizure, I could go all the way down to, oh, is this granularity? My bad. I don't know if that was the right one. Oh yeah, it's right here, guys. If I wanted to crash my computer, I could just do that, where it's going to show basically every single order. That's not that helpful. And it's going to show, yeah, whatever. But yeah, overall, this is just a very, very helpful tool. And it's not just Bitcoin that we can do this on. If I wanted to, I could look at something like Aptos. I would click APT-USD. I would disable that, and I would click Connect. And it's going to take some time to load all the 5-second data, but now it will just be looking at Aptos data. So you can see that right here. And this would give me a very good way to trade it. The thing is, though, about using other altcoins, Bitcoin, of course, is the coin that most other coins are going to follow. So when you're looking at order flow, like stuff like this, you probably, it's typically better just to focus on Bitcoin, but you can look at other coins as well. Because if we look at the passive Aptos, it actually, on the 1 minute, this is actually giving us a lot of potential really good trades. Look right here, and I'm just going to hold it. We had a very large sell, but I want you guys to focus on this candle because it's so important. This wasn't actually as much selling as it appears. This was overall mostly selling, but because the candle wasn't filled completely red, that means that there was a lot of buying as well. If this was all red, that would mean everyone sold. If this is down here, that means that it was a fight, and a lot of buyers actually did end up buying. Also, the amount of liquidations was 7,000, which isn't a lot, but it is a sign of a potential market reversal and exhaustion. And then after that, we began to see CVD pick up and some buying volume coming in. So this would have been a great time to have bought, of course. This is another really good sign that oh, this is beautiful right here. Do you guys see this? This was not as strong as it looks. It looks like there's a lot of buying, right? But if someone wasn't using this tool, they wouldn't see this. This looks like a lot of buying. It's not. What ended up happening is if this was a very strong bullish candle, then this would be filled up to here. But there was a fair amount of selling too, and that's why it wasn't a completely filled green candle. So when you're looking at something and saying, is this really, really strong or not that strong, you want to look at how filled the delta is. So if you look right here, you can see that these got weaker and weaker. Do you see this? Just the buyers are just not really able to dominate. And what ended up happening? Price reversed. The buyers tried again, but the sellers smacked them right back down to the same candle. So this is a really, really good way to look at the market that way. And also, we can go more short term. I hope it... oh, it's not giving me past data. How about the 30-second? Can I get past data? Yeah, I get 30-second past data. This is probably a better way to look at it because you get great indications like this. This is super weak. This looks strong to the untrained eye, but when you see just a very weak bullish candle like that, it's not that dominant, really. You know, you can see the sellers just sold it back down. However, this is very short term, but you can see this red candle was almost all filled. That means that the sellers were in complete control. So that is a really good way to read the market, whether it's Bitcoin or any other market. You look at how filled the candle is to get the delta. Again, the larger, the more important. So something like this is very important, and this was a pretty strong red candle. This is very, very important to look at because it's a lot of volume traded. So yeah, let me go back to Bitcoin now that you guys know how to use Bitcoin and connect. Okay, Bitcoin on the 30-second. Yeah, and now I think I've just added even more exchanges. So you can see sources are now at 24. So I get even more exchanges and liquidations and all that good stuff. So yeah, I've really neglected this, but this free tool I think it's really phenomenal, and no one's paying me to do this. This is just something that I wanted to look at. Liquidations in purple of shorts and liquidations of longs in yellow right here. Looking at the delta and how filled each candle is to see the strength of the buyers and the strength of the sellers. Seeing the trades feed. This is just a great tool to pair with any analysis. And if you want to trade on Rollbit, which I don't really recommend because it's 1000x short-term trading and most traders leave there with nothing, of course, this would probably be the best tool to use by far. So that's going to be it. I'm going to be using this kind of tool a lot more in my private videos where I'm trading live. Alongside, I'm also going to have order depth as well. But yeah, definitely a site worth checking out, completely free. And if you guys need help with any configuration or anything else, then just contact me because for all I know, this is all free. So I can get you guys the right settings. With that, I'm really impressed with this tool. It's really been leading the market very, very well. Just looking at the buyers and the sellers and who's in control with CVD and the amount of filled candles with liquidations. So that's going to be it for this video. Please join me in the new premium Discord. I am having a blast in there doing trading live streams and all this cool content. And this is going to be one of the tools we're going to be using in there as well. Happy trading, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.